So joining me now, we have Bamidele Odumosu, who is the Publicity Secretary of the Nigerian Society for Microbiology and is also a researcher at the University of Lagos in Nigeria. So let me just check audio and the camera's all working. Let's have a look. Can you hear me? Am I coming through okay? Ooh, it's still muted at the moment. Let's just fix that. Okay, cool. Can we hear you? Can you just check?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you. Perfect. Okay, great.
First of all, how are you, Joseph?
Yeah, not bad. We're towards the latter end of the live stream, so it's been a long haul, but it's all been very informative, and I've learned a lot.
You must be exhausted.
A little bit, maybe.
That's nice. Well, I'd like to appreciate the Federation for European Microbiology Society for affording me this opportunity. I'm not taking it for granted. Thank you for providing me this opportunity. In my presentation today, I'm going to be talking about the activities of microbiology in Nigeria and also talk about microorganism of interest in my own area of research. I hope you'll go along with me.
Cool. So you've got a presentation. So I guess if you want to begin,
just something to guide my talks. Yeah. I don't want to miss the line. I want everything to go sequentially. Yeah. So the Society for Microbiology in Nigeria was established in 1972. So our main agenda has been promoting science, precisely microbiology. We are the biggest society for microbiology in Nigeria. And as a matter of fact, many other associations related to microbiology are like, it's like a parent body for these smaller organizations, societies. And we have zonal coordinations because we are widespread in the geopolitical zone of Nigeria. So we have the Southwest, Southeast, Northeast, North Central, and Northwest zones, which are all coordinated, all towards the central executive. We have a central executive, which I'm privileged to be the publicity secretary. So our activities include symposium, workshops, conferences, as well as mentoring our younger microbiologists.
One second. Is the presentation on your screen? Because I don't think it's registering on us just yet. I think it's got the wrong window.
It's not showing on my screen?
So we've just got the folder, not the full presentation. It might just be you have to share the different window.
Okay, let me share my screen properly.
I think it will work.
I can go on without the screen, without the presentation if my folder is not showing. Hold on. Is my screen showing now?
Yeah, but just the Explorer window, not the presentation yet.
Well, I don't know what's happening.
This has happened before today. It's one of the possibilities with having so many calls.
Has that happened today before?
A couple of times. I think it just might be the window you select. But if you don't need it,
okay. I'll just go ahead without the sharing of the screen. I'll stop sharing screen. Let's just go one-on-one like that. Okay.
Cool.
So like I was saying, we have our activities, which is where was I? We mentor young microbiologists. So we have the younger arm of microbiology we call Nigerian Association of Microbiology Students. So the idea is to bring them up, to induce them with microbiology, and when they graduate, they also become microbiologists, and they also get to practice and efficiently participate in development of science in the community. So what we have, our major challenge regarding that. Our major challenge as a society in Nigeria is professionalization of microbiology in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. Our society is having this huge challenge. Our graduates are not having a say in practice. What I'm saying is that they're not being given opportunity to function whenever they graduate. We have some professionals who are intruding into our space. They are preventing graduates of microbiology from practicing, especially in the hospitals and medical facilities. And this is a huge problem.
So you mentioned
because
I said you mentioned to me that you've been working quite hard though on this problem as a society and helping to get legislation passed within your own.
Yes, that is the professionalization. Yeah, well, we have been pushing a bill so that microbiology as a profession in Nigeria will be professionalized. We don't want to take the back seat. We are in charge of microorganisms, from crying out loud. Take, for instance, COVID-19. This is a virus. Nobody knows about virus more than a microbiologist. Do you agree with me, Joseph?
I would say, yeah, virologists are probably the best people to go to.
Yeah, but you find out most people who are first responders to this COVID-19 are not even microbiologists. Most of them get contaminated, or doctors get infected with COVID during the treatment, despite their protective gears. And you as a microbiologist, you know how to handle this organism better than anyone else because you were trained to handle microorganisms. But we were not given a say. We were pushed at the back seat. That is a recent issue about the pandemic. Previously, when our students graduate, even currently, they don't allow them to work in the hospitals. We have some society that is called Medical Lab Society, Medical Lab Sciences, which are paramedicals, which take a seat because they got professionalized before us. Mm-hmm. So they prevent the real microbiologists from practicing, and this is a big issue. So
I was going to say, especially microbiology seems to have been in Nigeria for a very long time because, the Nigerian Society is older than our society, FEMS. So it seems to have been. Yeah.
How old is your society?
1974. Yeah.
Well, I would say your society, we are older than you, but you came from a more developed country. So you get a lot of things done easily than we do. So as a matter of fact, I'm kind of using this platform to also plead with international organizations to lend a voice to our society so that we can take the rightful place. Most of our students are getting discouraged by the day. You know the pain. Most graduates of microbiology, they leave the profession and go elsewhere because they can't get job placement. And this is a burden we are trying to, get off our shoulder. We are pushing hard to get this professionalization agenda.
So actually, I had a question because one of the things that lots of societies do is the thing you're trying to do, which is to affect policy and policymakers. So I was wondering if you had any advice, because you said that you were, approaching a point where perhaps the legislation is going to be passed for professionalizing microbiologists, but it's been a long job. So do you have any advice for how to do this kind of project? What kind of things could we tell other societies or similar societies to get this kind of legislation passed?
You mean similar societies so they can get this?
Well, yeah. So working with policymakers and politicians is, famously difficult. So did you have any advice for any other societies who are trying to do something similar?
Well, the advice I would give other society, I'm not really in a good place to give advice because we are still battling with this problem. If we have been able to overcome this problem, I'll be in the right place to give advice. But if I have to be in the right place to give advice, I would say they should not allow every other society to intrude into their space. They should take their rightful place, lend a voice, speak out, make their presence known before any other smaller organization take their place. I think that's the problem with us. We have allowed smaller organizations, smaller society, make much noise than we do. So they get recognition before we got recognition. Not that we are not recognized as a society, but practically we are not recognized. Mm-hmm. So that is my advice. But like I told you, I'm not in the right position to give an advice because we are still battling with this challenge.
Okay. I think, yeah, microbiologists have often found themselves on kind of the back foot, and, you know, sort of other voices have come into the conversation who are perhaps less expert. So it is something that I think is, yeah, faced by many societies. But I wanted to also ask, you mentioned in a previous call that you also managed to organize lots of conferences for your members across Nigeria. So do these conferences help you to invigorate your members to perhaps have a stronger voice?
As a matter of fact, our annual conferences is where we have more members. You know, this gives us more publicity. Like this year, we couldn't have our conference because of COVID. Likewise, everyone is having this issue. So this gives us opportunity to have more members come to join, and they get to know about the society, and also we generate income. That's one of the problems we have as a society. We don't have sufficient income because one, poor membership subscription. So members don't pay annual dues regularly. I know this is also a problem which, like you told me the other time, in some smaller society in Europe, they also experience this. But it's affecting us more because our income is poor. Most members come to us because they need a certification to belong to a society. Once they get certified, they abandon us. They don't even renew their membership. I'm a member of ASM, SFAM. I renew my membership. I'm a member of FMs. So, you know, we try to be committed, but commitment with Nigerian Society for Microbiologists in Nigeria is poor.
Okay. Some interesting problems here. I think you mentioned in our last call as well that at that point you were hopefully confident that the legislation was going to be passed soonish. Has there been any change to this since we last spoken, or?
Yeah, the first reading to the bill passage was done last year, November. Now the bill has to be read twice. I don't know much about legislation, but I know I have to read the bill twice, then there'll be a public hearing, then the president will sign it into law. So the first reading has been done last year. Now we are pushing for the second reading to be done now. The second reading, we are hoping maybe this year or early next year, because we are at the point of getting the second bill to be read. But you know, politicians, we have to lobby, you have to make some leverages. If you don't have financial muscles, you have to do a lot of things, and we are a scientific body, for crying out loud, to do all these things, and we have a poor income, is an Herculean tax. So we are hoping that based on the promise given to us by our representative at the National Assembly, because we have notable people who are microbiologists. We have more than 4 vice chancellors of the Nigerian University that are microbiologists. We also have a sitting governor. We have a deputy governor. We have many people. We even have senators who are microbiologists. You know, because politics have made some people to abandon their profession, but then they have their first passion. So people like that are helping us push the bill at the floor of the House. Now, when such bill is not having some political, you know, how will I put it, some political energy, it gets to be watered down. So that's why I'm emphasizing that international organizations and society like FEMS, ASM, should lend a voice to Nigerian Society for Microbiology and save microbiology in Nigeria. I'm saying it passionately because our youths are losing interest.
So it's, yeah, sort of, because I mean, you said you relied on the politicians and the vice chancellors, you know, the powerful members who have a microbiological background to push this thing into, I guess, is it Parliament or the Senate? What's the name of the legislation body in Nigeria? I guess that, yeah, whatever the bill is read. But you need them to be replaced in the future, right? By new people coming up who are young scientists and eventually getting to positions of power. So what do you think would be the most helpful way to engage young Nigerians in microbiology? what do you think is the format or the medium that will help bring them into the subject?
If we talk about professionalization, it's going to encourage them because they will be trained. We will have Microbiology Council of Nigeria. And when they graduate from their first degree, they go into training, into real aspect of microbiology they are chosen. You know, this training is going to be licensed at the end of the training. And you know, it will encourage students to apply to be a microbiologist because you are going to be licensed to practice microbiology. Then a lot of young microbiologists with ideas into how they can fashion microbes into economical value. In food microbiology, in pharmaceutical microbiology, we have several microorganisms of economic value that can be used to generate income. You don't have to depend on the government.
Yeah. Okay. So it's the way of incentivizing it for the youth. You know, this is a great profession. You can make it something valuable and productive.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm speaking on that. Okay.
I was going to say, we've only got 6 minutes. So I wanted to make sure we had time to cover bits of your research before we go.
Like I discussed that previously with you, I'm interested now in marine environments, in discovering of antimicrobial agents. By profession, I'm a pharmaceutical microbiologist. I'm interested in antimicrobial agents. So I'm looking at actinomycetes as the microorganism of the day, which is known to produce a lot of metabolites. They represent 3/4 of microbial products for chemotherapy nowadays. Now, my current interest is into marine environments. Nigerian marine environment has been underexplored for antimicrobial agent bioprospecting. I wish my slide could have been displayed. We have a preliminary study we have carried out. We have published 2 articles which have identified the Lagos Marine as a rich environment with potent organisms with activities. We have seen anti-cancer, antivirus, antifungal producing actinomycetes, which has been isolated and published. So that's what I'm working on currently now.
So have there been any, previous studies into all of these things, or is it quite an untapped area then? You said it was underexplored, but has anyone explored it, or is this some of the first research of the microbes that live in the lake?
I'm not the first researcher, but we have few people who have published on this aspect. That means it is untapped. It's an opportunity for international scientists to collaborate with Nigerian scientists. We have a lot of untapped environment waiting to be explored in Nigeria. Our problem is facilities and infrastructure for novel scientific work. So if we have good collaboration with good, ideas, I think we can have a lot of breakthrough using my Nigerian sample as a case study. I'm telling you a reality.
Okay. So, I remember in our journal, Fem's Microbiology Ecology, there was a thematic issue on the environmental dimension of antibiotic resistance. So some of the papers here were looking at, how antimicrobial resistance genes and the environment are interacting. And they did some research in different parts of the world. So it might be worth having a look and see if these authors are interested in looking at parts of Lagos for perhaps new research. But if I'll send you a link after this and you can have a look at the papers, but they sound similar in the kind of research that they were doing. But so have you ever then spent some time having to dig for your own samples in the Lagos Bay? Or do you have...
Yes, I have. I took a photograph of a marine sediment that I had previously. I wish I can show you. Should I try?
Let's try again. Because if you go share screen, it gives you some options on a little menu. See if perhaps you can select a screen or a different window. Because it might have been... Because it's just showing one window. But is there a possibility of showing a different screen? Or if you double click on the presentation, does it open up in this window?
I'm trying to double click now. It's not coming up. I don't know what's happening. Okay, let me try again. How about now?
No, it's just focusing on that little window. It's not giving you the full screen.
Hold on. Let me try a different folder.
Yeah, okay.
Oh God, I have to show you this. What about now?
No, shame. It's still giving just the little Explorer window.
I don't know
But
what.
if you send me the pictures in an email, I can at
Okay,
least show them at some
I
point.
can send you the pictures. Do you want me to send it to you now?
Yeah, just send it quickly. We can go a couple of minutes over before we bring Jason in. And then if
Okay.
you send it in an email, I can get it up on the screen because it'd be a shame not to show it because I have this brilliant imaginary image of you digging up microbes in the Lagos Bay and I really want to see it in real life.
Let me see.
Cool. Ooh. So is the main focus for the University of Lagos microbiology researchers medical microbiology, or do you have like quite a spread of
General
research?
microbiology.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
general microbiology.
General, so you have a whole range.
Yeah, it's general microbiology we do. But at a postgraduate level, then you can focus on some other aspects. You can focus on probably medical microbiology or pharmaceutical microbiology. No, we don't do pharmaceutical microbiology there. We do food microbiology, environmental microbiology, and so on. Oh my God, I don't know I'm trying to send you the picture too. What's going on? Oh God, what's happening? Okay.
Cool. Hopefully, we'll be in my inbox in a
Coming
minute.
up
And
now.
cool.
You should see it now. It's sent to you.
Okay, cool. It will hopefully come in a sec. Let's just see. I always
Maybe
wondered
you
how long
can,
an email takes.
maybe you can transmit it.
Yeah. Cool. Here we go. Great.
You have
Right.
it?
I do. So hopefully this will work if I just open the image. Ooh, my computer's getting a bit frozen. I think it's just a little bit tired after today's long video call. Okay. Great. There we go. And I just share my screen and we have it here. Right. Cool. Nice. Have you managed to study any of the composition of this sediment yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you find on analysis?
Where I didn't do a deep analysis, what we try to do is to isolate the microorganism of interest from the sediment. So we just basically do some zero dilutions and get the sediments into broth, then we decant it. We take some loofah, the basic preliminary method. So we have it spread on the plate, depending on the protocol you want to use. We don't do deep analysis on these sediments, which is not impossible, but sometimes major focus is just to isolate the organism from the sediments.
Okay. Cool. Well, I hope you find some interesting things in here.
Yeah.
And perhaps some novel genes or anything, or novel species.
Yeah, we currently, I have a publication that was published in ASM Microbial Announcement. Is a new species of Ocrobatrum, a new species. So we are in the process of naming it now.
Okay, cool.
So it was isolated from these sediments. It's a new species. It has not been given a name, so probably we can name it Ocrobatrum legoensis.
Sounds cool to me. Cool. Well, we've gone a bit over, so I need to finish the call up now so we can move on to our next speaker. But I'm glad we managed to fit all this in. And thank you so much for joining me on International Microorganism Day. And very much enjoyed having you on the call again, as before. And enjoy the rest of International Microorganism Day. And all of this will be on YouTube at one point, and we can make sure that everything is recorded. But thank you very much, and hopefully we'll be in contact again after this.
Yeah,
it's great to continue this.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for joining us on this Christmas for Microbiologists.